My quarterback is Daniel Jones. And this
It's
hurts a
fresh.
bit because I was very high on Daniel Jones this year. He was one of my late round targets. Had I actually waited to draft a quarterback, he was going to be one of my late round targets. Unfortunately, I took Justin Fields, which that's worked out magically so far this year. But enough about me. Daniel Jones, I expected a lot more. We saw what their head coach McAdoo
Oh, sure.
brought to the table last year after his time in
Daboll.
Buffalo. Dable, thank you. Why did I think McAdoo? I don't know.
I don't know, but I went with it for a half second. I think I still blame the Modelo chug, if I'm being honest.
Sure. Well, I'll blame that on that too. But we saw what he did coming over from Buffalo, working with Josh Allen. We saw Daniel Jones take a step forward last year. It was like, oh, this is great. He put up a great fantasy season. What was he, like number 8 quarterback on the year? I want to say right around
high.
there.
Yeah.
Had a great season. And without Saquon there for a good chunk of the season. You got Saquon back this year. They brought in a bunch of slot wide receivers, which was great to see. They brought in Darren Waller from the Raiders. So I mean, they made some moves to kind of help put some pieces around him. No elite wide receivers, but still all very serviceable in their own way, and excuse me. And it just, this team looks like it's taken a giant step backwards this season. And whether it's teams have figured out this offense and, they just don't know how to scheme to counter that anymore, or Daniel Jones really did just take a step backwards and last year was kind of an outlier season. I don't know, but the offense as a whole just looks putrid. And which makes my heart hurt for Darren Waller, because for both of us, because he was one of our guys. So it's just, I just can't trust him. And I just don't see this offense getting any better. They play in a very tough division with very tough defenses, with Washington, Philadelphia, and Dallas. So it's not like their divisional opponents are going to give them any respite here. So I just don't see things improving at all for Daniel Jones this year.
Yeah, if you watched Monday Night Football and saw the sieve of offensive line that he had to deal with in those, was it double-digit sacks? I think it eventually got to double-digit sacks on the night. You just look at that and go, well, I'm not putting it all on him, but it's definitely impacting his fantasy stats a significant amount, especially if you play in a league like ours where there's negative points per sacks and all of that and turnovers. Oh, my goodness.